Artlings, it's Halloween season. Magic is afoot. Are you ready for an unboxing from the beyond? Hello Artlings, I'm Melanie Gruby with Creative Magic, and around here we're all about all things art, that deep part of us that wants to sing out. So step into the Magic Circle Studios, home of the all-powerful muse, and now you're home. So today we have an unboxing, and it's a little bit different, so I thought it suited Halloween really nicely. So here I am working away in my studio, and I'm going, I wonder if this is really what I'm supposed to be doing, because serious artists only work in one medium, like oil or watercolor. The fine artists. And I want to be a serious artist. But the secret is, I'm fascinated with ink. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I could put the paint with the ink, and no, serious artists don't do that. But a little voice inside me says, do what you believe in. Of course, I ignore the voice. Bring! There's a phone call from my mom. Mom asks, would you help me sort the stuff in my old barn? And I said, yeah, I'd like to, but I don't know if I can clear that for this weekend. A little voice inside me says, look for the fountain pen. Look for the fountain pen. Odd, haunting voice. Thank you for the message. So I asked my mom, do you think there'd be a fountain pen in that old stuff? She says, I don't think so, but I'd love your help. And I say, you know what, Mom, I think I'll make time. I'd love to see you. So I packed my family up. We drive for 3 hours to their house, and we start sorting. And we come across all kinds of interesting stuff. I'm especially drawn by an odd, haunting voice. Look behind the chair against the wall. So I look behind the chair against the wall, and behind it, on the floor, is a tin. I pick up the tin, I open it up. It has old photos in there, and I find old photos of my grandfather, my father's father, who has long since passed away. They're from his young days, and he looks like he's having a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And then there's more photos of my great-grandfather, who looks very distinguished and a little stern, a little disapproving of my grandfather. Great-grandfather says, you should not waste your time with drawing and writing. So my grandfather puts his pen away and distracts himself with social pursuits, shall we say. So, let's go look at some of the other things we found while we were sorting. And we sort and we look and we find lovely vanity items and whimsical kitchen accessories. And lo, what is this? Why, it's a beautiful pen with a lovely pen nib in it. And it says the Hotel Statler on it, along with a few locations that the hotel must be at. And then we have a collection of pen nibs to give a variety of line and texture. I wonder who these belong to. I think I found what the voice told me to look for. So my mom says, all right, I'm ready to cart the rest of the stuff off to the community yard sale. And a voice, a haunting voice, says, get the fountain pen. And I'm like, oh, fountain pen, that's right, not dip pen. Oh my, I've got to get the fountain pen, and Mom's going to take the stuff off to the yard sale tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Well, I wake up the next morning, the stuff's already gone. They came and picked it up. No, everything's gone. I can't get the fountain pen now. Well, the fountain pen that a strange haunting voice keeps telling me to get. My family's in the car, they're cranky. We want to go home. We want to go home. I'm like, oh, all is lost. I don't have a fountain pen, and I love the idea of working with paint and ink. But I guess that wasn't a good idea after all. I guess I'll just go back to what I was doing. So I looked at the photos of my grandfather who had passed away and my great-grandfather who was long gone. And then I could feel the fountain pen. Not just hear the voice, I could feel it. I could feel the fountain pen. And I looked around me in the room where we had been staying, and there was a curio cabinet, and it was filled with stuff, much like in this photo. As full of treasures as a Walter Wick photo in an I Spy book. So I went to my parents, and I asked them, may I look in that cabinet? Do you think there's a fountain pen in that cabinet? And they said, oh no dear, I don't think there's a fountain pen, but you can go ahead and look. And so I did. And I looked, and oh, there it is, and I picked it up. No, it was a chopstick case with chopsticks in it. What? Maybe I was crazy. I was being silly. There was no fountain pen, no phantom fountain pen. And it was silly for me to continue with this. Nothing in the barn, nothing in this case. But there was a feeling deep inside me, and it said, look for the fountain pen. Look in this case. It is here. And I said, fine. And I went back to the case. And as I looked, I found it. Here it is! The fountain pen! The phantom fountain pen that I'd been looking for. Here it was, all along in the very room that I had been staying in. And as I looked closely at the clip, I found a name inscribed there. It was my grandfather's name. This was his pen. And I learned that I should have believed in myself all along. I should have believed in what was in my heart. Thanks for joining me, Artlings. Wasn't this fun? Did you have a good unboxing yourself sometime? Tell me about it in the comments below. And remember, don't be afraid to spill a little paint. I'm Melanie Gruby, this is Creative Magic, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And a little voice says, believe in yourself. But I kind of ignore it. There's a phone call. Bring! Mom? Oh, Mom. That's really odd. It's a real phone call. And lo and behold, there it is! A pen, a fountain pen. And as I looked closely at it, on the clasp, a phone rang.